So before we go over week 1, day 1, let's do a quick review. So we'll do these questions together, and then we'll go over week 1, day 1 assignment very quickly. Tricuspid valve. So which of the following letter describes the tricuspid valve? C. So I will try to get it right. Everyone agrees? Yeah, very good. So good. Bicuspid valve. Between the left atrium and left ventricle. So bi on the right. Nope, tri on the right. Bi on the left side. Intraventricular septum. Intra. What do you guys think? H, yeah, separates the ventricles. So intra is within, right? Within the ventricles. Ventricles, which of the following describes ventricle? D, pumps blood into what? Oh. D, is that what you said? D. Ventricles. Yeah? No? Final answer? Because you were correct, I believe. Pump blood into the arteries? Yeah, arteries take blood away from the heart, right? So yeah, very good.
Because ventricles are on the bottom, right?
Ventricles are the bottom, yeah.
Okay.
So they'll pump blood away to the lungs and to the body. So good. Pump blood to the arteries. Arteries go away. The pericardium.
A.
What does peri mean? A or B?
A.
B, pericardium. So this one, remember, they got those double names for this structure and this structure. So what is the epicardium? That one would be A, right? So those two are the ones with two names, and unfortunately they use pericardium twice. So it makes it really hard.
What did you say about one being on the wall and then one being on the
Parietal. Yeah, very good. So the parietal pericardium is against the cavity. That is your pericardium. The visceral pericardium is against the organ, and that's the epicardium because it's on top of the heart, right? It's actually attached to the heart. So those were the two hard ones. Myo is muscle. Very good. So match it up with that one. And then lastly, endo is the innermost. So this is where those lists of prefixes, suffixes, and word roots will help you out. Because if you know what those roots were, it'll help you out quite a bit. Epi around, peri around, epi above. The right ventricle. Which of the following describes the right ventricle? Are you confident? Say it out loud. It's only a guess. It's only us. We'll only make fun of you for today. What do you think? D? Somebody said D?
I would say either, is it
F? Somebody said F.
F or C.
So the right side pumps to the lungs. So which one is it? C. So you got to know your tracing. These are tracing questions, but they don't say trace the path of blood. You just got to know it.
Is the right side bigger?
No, the left side's bigger.
Okay.
So the right just goes to the lungs. The left side goes to the body. So left ventricle does which of the following? The aorta, the biggest artery in your body. A is OA. All right, not too bad. Cardiac control center. Where is that? Where? Medulla oblongata. So that is in the middle, the brainstem, and it has an oblong shape. Easy enough. They just name it by what it looks like. The SA node. Sinoatrial. A, D, or E? You remember. A, 2 branches, sends impulse. Dun dun dun. So this is your
Natural
pacemaker, which gives you 60 beats per minute, remember. And then the atrioventricular node gives you about a 40 beat per minute. Back up. Bundle of His. Do they go up or down? Down. So where are they? 2 branches send impulses to Purkinje fibers. Yep. And then lastly, Purkinje fibers, they're on the outer. Lateral means the outer walls. The bundle of His is in the center, right? Remember? So lateral means outer. So if you didn't know lateral, now you know. That just means outer. All right, not too bad. Understand the importance of medical terminology. It's kind of like cheating if you know medical terminology. So it'll help you out. These 2 classes will go hand in hand. Not too bad? All right, let's do a thinking question. The answer's not in front of you this time. What are the functions of the pulmonary and systemic? Let's take pulmonary first. What does that do?
Takes it from the lungs, right?
So it goes to the lungs. So what are we doing in the lungs? We are exchanging O2 for CO2. Very good. All right. Systemic. Where does that go to?
Your brain.
Well, part of it. The body. Right? The whole body. What's the function in the body then?
Takes the blood.
So circulates this guy that we just picked up. Nutrients and waste, right? So it just circulates oxygen, nutrients, waste, carbon dioxide. So let's see if we got it. Anything else you guys can think of? I think that's the main function. Pulmonary. Yep, oxygen and carbon dioxide. So they mentioned that. Systemic. Yeah, deliver the oxygen and nutrients. So very good. We got it. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and nutrients and waste in the body. Which of the following describes the coronary arteries? Where do these arteries go? What are the coronary arteries? When you get a heart attack, these are the ones that get clogged. Yeah, so these are the ones that feed the heart itself. Right? So supplies blood to the heart tissue. The first branch off the aorta are the coronary artery branches. Arterioles. So they're smaller and smaller, right? So that ending lets you know it's small. Veins. To or from the heart? To the heart. So towards the heart. Very good. So those key terms will help you. Arteries, to or from the heart? So away from the heart. Which letter?
C.
Largest. Veins? What? No. Supplies the forearm. Drain. Strongest blood vessels. What? That doesn't make sense, but it's the best one. Things that make you go, but that's what they want. All right, we'll go with it. Capillaries?
The smallest blood vessels.
Are you sure? We have A, C, D, and F. So it's A, right? The exchange. So that's where they're leaky, because they need to be, so they can exchange quickly. The vena cava, yeah, it's the largest vein. Radial, you have 2 bones in your forearm. The pinky side, that's your ulna. Thumb side is the radius. How I remember is it the radius rotates. So that's where you want to take your pulse. D. Popliteal, your knee, the front of the knee is called patellar. The back of the knee is popliteal. So the popliteal veins drains the knees. The back of the knee, more precisely. How are you guys doing so far with these questions? 50-50? At least you can get half of it. And then, yeah, let's just review. The more questions we do, the better, because you'll recall them. What's the difference between systolic and diastolic? Which one's higher? Systolic. So this one's high. This one's low. Which one is contracted? When the ventricles are contract. Yeah, so this is contract. And then diastolic is when it's ventricles are relaxed, right? What else? Anything else? So, yeah, okay. I think that's about it. Low blood pressure, high blood pressure. Okay, systolic, ventricles contract. Very good. Diastolic, ventricles are in relaxation. So, yeah, we got it. True or false? Myocardial infraction results from a lack of oxygen to the cardiac muscle.
True.
So what is myo?
Muscle.
Yeah, so your heart muscle begins to die. Myocarditis is inflammation of the innermost layer of the heart. What is the innermost layer called? Endocarditis. Very good. Endo for the inner layer. A potentially fatal arrhythmia is ventricular fibrillation. That's when the heart quivers rapidly. And the only thing that can help you out is a...
No, it's atrial.
So is it atrial or ventricular? VFib or AFib? Which one is a killer? Both are killers. You guys know that, right? If you have atrial fibrillation, it tends to give you blood clots. If you have ventricular fibrillation, you just die. We got to give you a shock. So yeah, this is true. So seemingly healthy, all of a sudden you fall over. That's because of ventricular. Atrial fibrillation normally causes blood clots. Murmurs or abnormal heart rhythms? True. Could be a hole, could be a leaky valve. All right, you guys ready now for review of the in-class assignment? All right, let's go over week 1, day 1 now. Anybody brave enough to submit? Did anybody? Okay, you got 2 attempts. So we'll do our first submission, review it, and then take your second submission. All right, let's go to week 1, day 1. Everyone's logged in. We'll just start from the beginning. I'll read the question, and then you guys shout out what you guys believe is the answer. We'll go with the consensus, and then I'll submit whatever you guys say the answers are, and then we'll see what the score is, right? So you guys get like 3 submissions. Holy smokes, too easy. Number 1, the upper chambers of the heart are called blank, and are separated by a thin wall called the blank. Atrium and atria and septum. Okay, everyone agrees? All right. Twisted, dilated veins that are usually seen in the legs are called? How do you spell that? Everyone agrees that's how you spell it? How can you check? Dr. Google. Dr. Google will help you. So if in doubt, you have resources. These are not quizzes. They're just electronic worksheets. So if they occur in the anal area, what are they called? Hemorrhoids. Very good. 3, a consistent resting blood pressure measured at 140 over 90 millimeters of mercury or higher is diagnosed as hyper. Hyper is excessive. Hypo is below.
What
right?
does the first one mean?
What first one? Ischemia? Oh, that's like spasms. So coronary ischemia is when the coronary arteries will constrict and you'll get less oxygen. And they should relax again. So that's a brain fart sometimes if it occurs in your brain. That's what we call it. Ischemic attacks. The aorta delivers blood to which circulation? That's the body. Everyone agrees, I guess. Which of the following statement regarding veins is true?
I'm in between 2.
Veins, small, allows
Allow back, they prevent. They prevent, so good, you caught it. Systemic nerves will cause veins to relax. How can I be excited? Right? No, that's not it. Veins are lined with muscles. Do they have muscles or arteries have muscles? So let's see. The muscle layer is much thinner than arteries. Agree? Okay, we'll go with that one. Process of elimination for the rest of the choices, the other choices. All right, so looking ahead to respiratory system. Ventilation is, if you were to guess. Yeah, it's breathing. It's just breathing. So that's half of it. Moving air in and out, also called breathing. 7. What happens in the lungs? From air to blood, right? They almost got you here. Blood to lung, that's wrong. No, internal. Internal is at the cellular level, at the molecular level. External respiration is in the lungs. Carbon dioxide moves from the air into the, no, that's opposite. How much lobes does the right side have?
3.
That's the bigger side, right?
How many does the left side have?
2. Good question. Gas exchange within the lungs occur where at? Alveoli. Those are the blind-ended sacs in your lungs. So we'll cover that on Thursday. These are kind of preview questions. Men have deeper voices than women. Why? Vocal cords are thicker? Everyone agrees? The glottis is larger, the larynx, thyroid. Yeah, vocal cords are thicker during puberty. All right, this is the one you want, right? Yes. A, what valve is this? It's going to the lungs, so that's going to be the pulmonary semilunar. So A is pulmonary semilunar. That's this valve here. So you got to look where the lines are ending up. B. So on the left and right side, what are these that are bringing blood back to the heart called? No, they're coming from the lungs. B, we're on B. They're coming from the lungs. They're going back to the heart. Both sides. They're the pulmonary. No, pulmonary artery or veins. Back to the heart. Veins carry blood back to the heart. So B is pulmonary veins. All right? So don't worry about oxygenation. Doesn't work. So that's B. C. I think it's pointing to the valve. What valve is that in C? The right side. Tricuspis, right? You guys are going to need help on this guy. D. Dun, dun, dun. What chamber is D? D, this chamber down here. Left ventricle is D. Dun, dun, dun. E, what valve is this on the left side? Bicuspis. Okay, I'll go with that. E. F. F is this structure here. This big old red thing. What is that? F. F? The biggest artery you have? Aorta, right? Big old thing right here. That's the aorta. 1.5 inches wide. Aorta. That's your aorta. F is your aorta. G. G. G? What the heck? What chamber is G? So G is the chamber, I think. So what chamber is this? Right ventricle. Very good. G is right ventricle. C, F, G. H. Where is H? H. Now it's this divider in the middle. That is in between the ventricle, so it's the intraventricular septum. So that's H. I. So this is the bundle. What are the choices? Let me check. I or for which one? What? For I is away from the heart. So it's a vein. So that's going to the pulmonary. So let's see. Pulmonary. So left atrium, no, right. So this is J, right and left, pulmonary branch, that's J. I will be tricuspid, pulmonary artery. Yeah, artery. Blood, taking blood away from the heart would be artery. So I is pulmonary artery. J is right and left pulmonary artery branch. There's a J on this side and a J on this side. So, everyone got it? I and J? Okay, what's next? K? K is the vena cava, right? Yeah, so K is the vena cava. And lastly, is there an L? Where the heck is L pointing to?
It's the superior and inferior.
Yeah, so the vena cava. And then, do we get everything? L, L, and M. What's L? Is that the valve? Bicuspid valve? Yeah, L is the bicuspid, tricuspid valve. And then M is the... What did we put as bicuspid valve? C? I think C is supposed to be right atrium. Yeah, C is the right atrium. So I think we messed up that one. C is right atrium. L is pointing more to the valve now that I look at it. So L should be tricuspid. C should be right atrium. And M is the last valve we didn't do, which is the aortic semilunar valve.
So N would be the pulmonary one?
N is the chamber, right atrium. Yeah, N is right atrium. L, M.
I thought C was right. Yeah.
C is right. I'm sorry, this is left atrium. N is left atrium. C is right atrium, left atrium. Almost done. Number 12. A is the SA node. B is which node? AV node. And joining them are the junctional fibers. Very good. So SA node, AV node for B, junctional fibers for C. D. So this is the bundle. E. E is on the right side, so it is the right bundle. F is when they go up. Purkinje fibers, very good. G is in this, yep, the septum in the middle. Intraventricular septum. H in between the atriums. So this is intraventricle and this is intra-atrial. Is that a choice?
Yeah, the septum.
And then HI. This is on the left side, so that is the left bundle branch. How'd you guys do on this one? Not too bad? Okay, not too bad. H is intra-atrial septum. This structure right here. And then lastly, I is on the left side. 13. Angina can be caused by blockage on one or more coronary arteries of the heart. Yeah. The hepatic portal system carry blood to the kidneys. What is hepat? Liver. So kidney is renal, not liver, hepatic. So that's false. A couple more, 3 more. Vasodilation increases blood pressure.
False. True.
When you open extra lanes on the highway, what happens?
True. Oh, no. No, it gets jammed. Yeah, false.
When you open lanes, traffic decreases, blood pressure decreases. Vasodilation opens up blood vessels. Myocardial infraction can be caused by cerebral artery blockage.
False.
Where is your cerebrum?
Your brain.
That's in your brain. So wrong part. Myocardial, that's heart. So that's false. That's it. All right. Perfect timing. The radial artery carries blood to the forearm.
True.
Radius. Pinky side or thumb side?
I'm gonna guess thumb.
Thumb side. Very good. All right. So double check your responses. Hit submit and you will get a second attempt. So you can look at the ones you got wrong. Just get yours in as soon as you can. So MED200 week 1 day 1.